Destroy your past self. Yes, you heard me right. The one who wasted time, the one who doubted too long, the one who waited for someday. That version of you, the one full of hesitation, excuses, and regret must end, because a new life awaits you. But it won't come as a gift. It won't arrive in a wrapped box with your name on it. It will come only when you let go of the person who's been holding you back. You see, life is about transformation. It's about evolution. And sometimes, evolution requires destruction. You cannot build a new you on top of an old foundation. You must tear down the weak structure first. You must destroy what no longer serves you. The habits that keep you small. The mindset that keeps you afraid. The stories that keep you stuck. Because every story has two characters, the one you used to be and the one you can become. And until you close the chapter on the first, you'll never meet the second. When I say destroy your past self, I don't mean hate who you were. No, be grateful. Because that version of you carried the lessons, the scars, the experiences that brought you here. But now, it's time to move forward. It's time to rebuild, to redesign, to rise from the ashes of your own comfort. Because your comfort zone, that cozy little prison, is where your potential goes to die. And your destiny, it's out there waiting, beyond fear, beyond excuses, beyond the past. So ask yourself, who are you still carrying? What habits still whisper, maybe tomorrow? What thoughts still say, I'm not ready yet? It's time to silence them. It's time to stop negotiating with your old self and start demanding more from your new one. Because here's the truth. Your old life will cost you your new one. Every breakthrough demands a burial. Every new chapter begins with an ending. So today, right now, draw the line. Tell yourself, that version of me is gone. No more delay. No more half effort. No more living below your potential. This is your rebirth. Your chance to start again, stronger, wiser, sharper. Don't mourn the past. Use it as fuel. Because when you destroy your past self, you don't lose anything. You gain everything. And when the world sees the new you, the disciplined, determined, focused you, they won't recognize you. And that's exactly the point. This is not about becoming someone else. It's about becoming who you were meant to be all along. So let's begin. Let's rebuild your life from the ground up. Let's step out of the shadows of who you were and into the light of who you can be. A new life awaits. But first, destroy your past self. Letting go of the old you, that's where real change begins. You see, life doesn't get better by chance. It gets better by change. But here's the truth most people avoid. You can't step into a new life while still clinging to the old one. The person you were, with the same thoughts, same excuses, and same habits, cannot create the future you desire. That person has already reached their limit. That person has already built the life you have now. If you want something different, you must become someone different. I remember years ago when I first started learning about personal development. I was broke, frustrated, and full of excuses. Every time something went wrong, I blamed someone else. The government, the economy, my boss, my past. And then one day, it hit me. Nothing changes until I change. If I keep living as the same man, I'll keep getting the same life. That was the day I decided to let go of the old me. Now, letting go isn't easy because the old you feels safe. Even when it's painful, it's familiar. It's the version of you that knows how to survive, but not how to thrive. That version of you will whisper, don't change, stay here, it's easier. But easier doesn't lead to growth. Easier doesn't lead to greatness. Sometimes, to save your future, you have to bury your past. Here's the danger, my friend. We keep trying to drag the old us into the new season of life. We say we want to rise, but we keep wearing the same habits. We say we want more, but we keep thinking small. You can't plant new seeds in the same dry soil. You must clear the ground first. If you want to build a new life, you must destroy the old patterns, the laziness, the doubt, the procrastination, the negative talk. You can't hold on to your excuses and your dreams at the same time. One will destroy the other. So, Ask yourself, what parts of you must die so the new you can live? Maybe it's that voice that says, I'll start tomorrow. Maybe it's the comfort of always being average. Maybe it's the habit of waiting for motivation instead of creating discipline. Letting go of the old you means cutting ties with the things that no longer serve your future. It means saying goodbye to the version of yourself that settled for less. When I finally started to change, I realized something powerful. The hardest part wasn't learning new things. It was unlearning the old ones. Old beliefs that said, I can't. I'm not ready. It's too late. But the moment I replaced them with new beliefs, I can. I must. I will. Everything began to shift. Because your life is just a mirror, reflecting your philosophy. Change the philosophy, and the reflection changes too. And remember, letting go is not about forgetting your past. It's about forgiving your past. It's about saying, yes, that was me, but it's not who I choose to be anymore. You don't erase your history. You learn from it. You grow from it. You build on it. The old you was necessary to teach you what not to do. But now, it's time to graduate. Some people never rise because they never release. They keep repeating the same year again and again, and they call it experience. But it's not experience. It's repetition without growth. Don't let that be you. Let this be the year you shed the old skin. The year you stop making peace with your limits. The year you walk away from your past self and never look back. Because when you let go of the old you, you make space for the new you, the stronger you, the disciplined you, the focused you, the version of you that's been waiting to take control of your life. So, stand up today and decide. This is the end of who I was. This is the beginning of who I choose to become. Don't wait for the world to give you permission. Give yourself permission to grow. Destroy your past limitations. Release the weight of old regrets. Let go so you can rise, because your new life is waiting on the other side of the old you. And the only question left is, will you finally let go, or will you stay where you've always been? A new life awaits you, but it won't come knocking on your door. You must build it. You can't wish your way there. You can't hope your way there. You have to build your way there. Brick by brick, choice by choice, day by day. That's the great truth of life. Your future is built, not found. The problem is, most people keep waiting for the perfect time, waiting for motivation, waiting for someone to believe in them. But life doesn't wait, and the clock doesn't stop. If you keep waiting, you'll wake up one day and realize your new life never started, because you never did. A new life begins the day you take responsibility. The moment you say, if it's going to change, it's up to me. Let me tell you something I learned early. Your old habits won't build your new future. You can't use yesterday's tools to build tomorrow's house. If you want a new life, you must first become a new person, new thoughts, new actions, new standards. That's how transformation begins, from the inside out. I remember when I was struggling, I wanted more, but I kept doing the same things, and I wondered, why isn't anything changing? Then I realized, the world doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you deserve, and you only deserve something new. When you become someone new, that truth changed everything for me. Building a new life starts with vision. See it before it happens. See yourself living with confidence. See yourself waking up early, taking control, staying consistent, staying disciplined. Your mind must travel there before your body does. Because everything happens twice. First in your imagination, then in your reality. So build the picture clearly. Write it down. Feel it. Walk like it's already true. A man becomes what he thinks about, and your vision is the seed of that becoming. But here's what most people miss. You don't build a new life all at once. You build it in small steps, in quiet moments, in everyday decisions. A new life doesn't arrive suddenly. It's built quietly, in the early mornings and late nights, when no one's watching. It's built every time you choose growth over comfort. Every time you say no to excuses. Every time you keep your promise to yourself. Those little acts of discipline, they're the building blocks of your new life. And yes, it's hard. It's hard to change. It's hard to rebuild. But so is staying the same. So is living with regret. So is waking up every morning, knowing you could have done better, but didn't. You have to choose your hard, the hard of discipline or the hard of disappointment. The first builds you. The second breaks you. Remember this. Every day is construction day. You're either building your dream or reinforcing your comfort zone. You're either creating your future or repeating your past. The secret is to show up daily, even when it's boring, even when it's slow, even when no one cheers for you, because consistency compounds. And little by little, what was once just a dream becomes your reality. Don't wait for motivation. It won't last. Instead, build momentum, because momentum is what turns effort into progress and progress into transformation. Every small win counts. Every decision matters, because a new life isn't built overnight, but it is built daily. And when you fall, because you will, don't see it as failure. See it as feedback. It's life saying, try again, but wiser this time. Keep adjusting. Keep learning. Keep moving forward. Because the process of building a new life isn't about perfection. It's about progress. Here's what I learned. You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the next step. Do the next right thing. Focus on today, and tomorrow will take care of itself. You build your future, one decision at a time. You write your destiny, one disciplined act at a time. So, my friend, if you've been holding back, if you've been waiting for the right moment, this is it. Now is the time to start building. Don't let another day pass. Living as the old you. Pick up the tools of growth, focus, consistency, and purpose, and start constructing the life you've always wanted. Because a new life is not a fantasy. It's a foundation waiting to be built. A new life awaits, and it's waiting for you to begin. Rebuilding your life is not about fixing the old walls. It's about laying a brand new foundation. You see, when the storm comes and tears everything down, it's not punishment, it's preparation. Life tears you down only to see if you'll rise stronger. Most people want to change their lives, but few are willing to rebuild. Why? Because rebuilding takes time. It takes patience. It takes humility. You can't rebuild your life overnight. You rebuild it one habit at a time, one thought at a time, one choice at a time. When I was younger, I used to believe success was about addition, adding new skills, new people, new opportunities. But I learned that true growth often begins with subtraction. Before you can build something new, you must tear down what no longer serves you. Old habits, old excuses, old stories you keep telling yourself about why you can't. If you're still living with the mindset that built your past, you'll never create a new future. Let me tell you something powerful. When you start from the ground up, you're in control. You decide the materials. You decide the blueprint. You decide what your new life will stand for. Most people try to decorate the ruins of their past instead of rebuilding. They patch the cracks with comfort. They hang curtains over regret. They pretend the structure is fine when deep down, it's collapsing. Don't decorate your ruins. Rebuild your life. When you rebuild, you get to design something stronger. You get to say, this time, I'll build it with integrity. This time, I'll build it on discipline. This time, I'll build it with purpose. Because the foundation of success is never luck. It's character. And character is built in silence. When no one's watching. When you're tired. When you're alone, but still pushing forward. Rebuilding isn't glamorous. No applause. No spotlight. Just you and the grind. But let me tell you, the quiet work pays off. Every small act of discipline lays a brick. Every choice to rise instead of quit adds strength to your foundation. Every time you say no to the old you, you're building a structure the storms can't destroy. That's how real success is built, brick by brick, day by day. Sometimes people ask me, Jim, where do I start when I've lost everything? I tell them, start where you are, with what you have, and do what you can. You don't need perfect conditions. You need the right mindset. The best builders don't wait for the weather. They build through it. You might not have much right now, but you have enough to start. Start small, start slow, but start strong. Because the greatest rebuilds begin quietly. Rebuilding your life means taking responsibility for your own construction. No more blaming the architect of your past. No more pointing fingers. If the old house fell, learn from it. Why did it fall? Was the foundation weak? Were you careless with your priorities? Did you build for comfort instead of strength? Be honest with yourself. Because self-honesty is the blueprint of transformation. You can't rebuild what you won't take ownership of. And remember this, every masterpiece was once a mess. Every champion was once a beginner. Every strong foundation started as empty ground. When you rebuild your life, don't rush the process. Slow progress is still progress. Every day you show up, you're moving forward. Every day you stay consistent, you're getting stronger. It may not look like much now, but one day you'll look back and realize every setback was just a setup for your rebuild. My friend, there is no shame in starting over. There is power in it. Because starting over means you have another chance to do it right. Destroy the weak walls of the past. Lay down new foundations of discipline, gratitude, and focus. And keep building until your life becomes the masterpiece you once dreamed of. Because success isn't built in a day. It's built every day by the person who refuses to give up. So start today, brick by brick, habit by habit, step by step. Your new life isn't waiting somewhere out there. It's being built right now by your choices, your actions, and your courage to begin again. There comes a time in every person's life when change is no longer optional, it's necessary. You've outgrown who you used to be. Your old habits can't carry the weight of your new dreams. Your old thinking can't open the doors to your future. That's when you must reinvent yourself. Not slightly, not partially, completely. Because transformation doesn't happen when you improve what's broken. It happens when you decide to become someone new. I remember when I first realized this truth. I looked in the mirror and saw the same face, but I knew the man inside had to change. Not just his actions, but his philosophy, his thinking, his discipline. You can't live a new life with the same mindset that created the old one. That's why reinvention is so powerful. It demands that you evolve from the inside out. You don't just upgrade your behavior. You upgrade your identity. Let me tell you something most people miss. Change starts with a decision, but reinvention starts with identity. When you say, I want to change, you're still tied to who you were. But when you say, I'm no longer that person, you've already begun to transform. You see, your results will always match who you believe you are. If you still see yourself as undisciplined, you'll keep finding reasons to skip the work. If you still see yourself as unlucky, you'll keep missing the opportunities right in front of you. But once you begin to see yourself differently, everything around you begins to shift. So ask yourself, who do you need to become to live the life you desire? Do you need to become more disciplined, more courageous, more focused? Then start acting like that person today. Walk like them, talk like them, think like them, because identity is built through repetition. You become who you practice being. When you reinvent yourself, you'll face resistance, not just from others, but from yourself. Your old habits will try to pull you back. Your old mindset will whisper, stay where it's safe. But safety is not your destiny. Growth is. And every time you choose growth over comfort, you step closer to your new self. Sometimes people say, Jim, I don't know who I am anymore. And I tell them, that's a good sign. It means you're shedding your old identity. It means transformation has already begun. You can't discover your new self while clinging to your old one. You've got to let the old version of you die. The one who made excuses, the one who procrastinated, the one who talked about dreams but never chased them. You bury that person with gratitude for what they taught you and with determination to become someone greater. You see, reinvention isn't about pretending. It's about alignment. It's about aligning your thoughts, your habits, and your actions with the person you truly want to be. It's about saying, no more halfway living. No more settling for less. No more identifying with the version of me that no longer fits my destiny. Because the truth is, you can't step into your future. until you stop defending your past. Let me give you a small story. There was a man who wanted to climb a mountain. He trained for months. But when he started the climb, he carried too much. Old gear, old clothes, unnecessary weight. Halfway up, he was exhausted. He realized he couldn't make it carrying all that baggage. So he stopped. He let go of what wasn't needed. And with each thing he dropped, he climbed faster, lighter, stronger. That's how reinvention works. You don't reach the top by carrying who you used to be. You reach it by releasing what no longer serves you. Reinvention is freedom. It's not about becoming someone else. It's about becoming the real you, the one that's been buried under fear and doubt. Most people never reinvent because they're afraid to lose what's familiar. But remember this, familiar is not the same as fulfilling. If you keep choosing what's comfortable, you'll never experience what's possible. When you reinvent yourself, something magical happens. Your confidence changes. Your energy changes. You begin to walk differently. You start attracting new people, new opportunities, new results. Because the world responds not to your potential, but to your identity. The moment you see yourself as a winner, you'll start doing what winners do. The moment you believe you're disciplined, you'll begin acting with discipline. And the moment you declare, I am becoming someone new, the universe starts rearranging itself to match that belief. But don't expect it to be easy. Reinvention is not a weekend project. It's a lifelong commitment to growth. You'll have days of doubt. You'll have moments when you feel like slipping back. That's normal. That's part of the process. Just remember, every time you rise after falling, you're proving your new self is stronger than your old one. So here's the challenge. Don't wait for permission to start over. Don't wait for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is now. Start today by changing one small thing. Speak differently. Think differently. Act differently. Because every small act of reinvention adds up. And one day, you'll wake up and realize you've become someone extraordinary. You are not defined by your past. You are designed for your future. So don't be afraid to destroy the version of you that can't go where you're going. Reinvent, redefine, rebuild. Because your best self isn't lost. It's waiting to be revealed. And once you step into that version, you'll never look back again. So now you've let go of your past self. You've built a new foundation. You've begun the journey of reinvention. But here's the real challenge. How do you live as this new version of you? How do you protect it, nurture it, and let it grow stronger every day? Because reinvention is not a moment. It's a process. And mastery is a lifestyle. When you create a new version of yourself, it's like planting a seed. It doesn't become a tree overnight. It takes watering, care, patience, and persistence. You can't rush it, but you also can't neglect it. Every day, you must feed your new self with new thoughts, new habits, new standards, because your new life can only grow in the soil of your new discipline. You see, the moment you decide to grow, life will test you. It will ask, are you serious? And it won't test you once, it'll test you daily. Old temptations will reappear. Old distractions will knock on your door. Old fears will whisper, you can't keep this up. But that's when you must remember, growth is not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be worth it. Every challenge is a checkpoint. Every test is proof that you're becoming stronger. You can't reach mastery if you're afraid of repetition. You can't live as your new self if you keep retreating to your old patterns. Success is found in the small things you do every single day. Not occasionally, not when you feel inspired, but consistently. Because consistency is the heartbeat of mastery. Let me tell you a truth I learned long ago. Discipline weighs ounces. Regret weighs tons. You can't escape the weight. You can only choose which one you'll carry. And the new you, the one you've worked so hard to build, chooses discipline, chooses action, chooses growth. Now, let's talk about the mindset of mastery. Most people think mastery is about control. It's not. It's about awareness. It's about knowing who you are, becoming, and choosing every day to align your actions with that vision. It's not perfection. It's direction. It's waking up and saying, I may not be there yet, but I'm closer than I was yesterday. That's mastery. The new you doesn't chase success. The new you attracts it. Through discipline, through focus. When you live with purpose, you become magnetic. You draw opportunities toward you. You draw people who share your values. You draw experiences that match your growth. Because success isn't something you pursue. It's something you become. Now, I want you to imagine something. Imagine your life 1 year from now, if you stay committed to growth. Imagine the peace you'll feel when your habits finally match your goals. Imagine the strength you'll carry when you know you've earned your progress. That's not a fantasy, that's a possibility. But it only becomes real when you choose to live as your new self every day. Let's talk about protection. You must protect your new identity. Don't let people pull you back into old conversations, old environments, old versions of yourself. If they can't see your growth, that's fine. You're not changing for applause. You're changing for alignment. Protect your peace. Protect your habits. Protect your time. Because every time you lower your standards, you feed your old self again. Living as the new you means walking in awareness. Awareness of what builds you. Awareness of what breaks you. Awareness of what deserves your energy and what doesn't. The more aware you become, the more powerful you grow. Because now you're not reacting, you're responding. You're not surviving, you're steering. You're not drifting, you're directing. That's mastery. That's self-leadership. Here's something most people never understand. The goal is not to never fall again. The goal is to rise faster, wiser, and stronger each time you do. Falling is not failure. Failure is staying down. So when you fall, and you will, get up as your new self. Not the old one who complains, but the new one who learns. That's what separates the average from the exceptional. You see, mastery is not about control over life. It's about control over yourself, your thoughts, your reactions, your standards. When you master those, no storm can shake your foundation. Because storms don't destroy strong trees, they reveal them. So live as your new self. Think deeply. Speak carefully. Work intentionally. Every word, every habit, every decision should reflect the person you've become, not the person you've left behind. You don't find a great life, you build it. You build it with discipline. You build it with clarity. You build it with courage. And one day, you'll look back and realize you didn't just change your life. You changed yourself. And that's the greatest victory of all. So my friend, as you step forward, do it with pride. You've let go of your past. You've built your foundation. You've embraced your growth. Now, it's time to live as your new you, not someday, not when it's easy, but today, because mastery isn't found in the future. It's practiced in the present, every thought, every choice, every step. That's how you live as the new you. That's how you master your life. My friend, if there's one message I want you to carry from this moment, it's this. You are not the person you used to be, the one who doubted, delayed, hesitated, the one who settled for less than they were capable of. That person doesn't have to live another day. You have the power to begin again. Right here, right now. Life is a series of seasons. One season ends, another begins. And sometimes, before you step into the new, you must have the courage to close the old. Don't keep watering dead plants. Don't keep replaying old stories. Don't keep identifying with the person who gave up too soon. You've outgrown that version. It's time to bury the old you with gratitude, not guilt, because even your old mistakes were teachers in disguise. The new you, the one who is disciplined, focused, calm, and driven, is waiting to take over. But that version can only rise when you stop feeding the old habits that hold you back. Stop saying one day. Start saying today. Stop saying I wish. Start saying I will. Stop waiting for the right time. Start creating it. Remember, transformation isn't loud. It doesn't happen in crowds. It happens in silence. In those quiet moments when you make new promises to yourself. When you decide, I will no longer live in yesterday. I will no longer be my own obstacle. I will no longer run from who I could become. That's where real change begins. Not in the world around you, but in the world within you. And yes, the old you will try to come back. Old thoughts, old fears, old comfort zones. They'll whisper, "You're not ready." But remember this, you don't have to feel ready. You just have to move anyway. Discipline first, confidence later. Action first, belief follows. That's how growth works. That's how you rise. So from this day forward, speak differently, walk differently, think differently, because when your thoughts change, your world changes. And when your habits change, your future changes. That's the secret. That's the turning point. You don't have to destroy your life to start over. You just have to destroy the parts of yourself that no longer serve you. The excuses, the fears, the comfort that kills ambition. Burn it down. And from those ashes, build again. Wiser, stronger, more focused, more you. The future belongs to the reborn, to the ones brave enough to release their past and rewrite their story with intention. You can start today, not next week, not next month. Today, the moment you decide to live as the new you, the world begins to rearrange itself to meet the new standard you've set. That's the power of renewal. That's the beauty of growth. So step forward. Take that first breath as the person you were always meant to be. Your old life was practice. This is the real game. And as you walk your new path, remember, it's not about perfection. It's about progress. Fall, learn, rise, repeat, until one day you'll look back and say, "I don't even recognize who I used to be." That's when you'll know you've truly destroyed your past self and a new life has begun.